Marilyn, the first question that a lot of my clients ask me is why does somebody need to see a financial planner?
Well, that's a good question. Most people don't realise they need to see a financial planner. The reason being is that most people have a sort of a strong identity with financial planners that they think it's all about investments. It's definitely not all about investments. Most people really don't know if they can reach their financial goals or if they can afford things at certain times in their life, whether they're young or old. Some people spend more than they should, they're living beyond their means, and other people actually save more than they should, so they're living frugally at the risk of not enjoying themselves. But a good financial planner will provide certainty to be able to achieve a certain level of where you want to be, as well as flexibility, so that when emergency happens, or you can just want to go on a holiday, that you're not sort of worried about overspending, that you know you can afford it. This all leads to a sense of power and control. So if you're in control of your affairs, people feel more powerful. They know exactly what they're doing, what they're trying to achieve. So a good financial planner uses strategic tools to enable people to get this control. So that could be structures in their business, could be taxation planning, strategic planning. It's not about investments. Most people think that financial planning is about investments. Investments is really just the tool to get you where you want to go. But it's more about control, and nearly everyone that I know should see one.
So people often hesitate to see a financial planner because they think they don't have enough money to see them, or they feel embarrassed about the fact that their finances are not in the sort of order that they should be in. Am I taking from what you said that in fact everybody really does need to see someone to gain that sense of control and empowerment that they in fact are seeking, and that somebody can help them to get there?
Oh, that's absolutely correct. I mean, all planners will be happy to see people just to give them some sense of certainty. Maybe they don't have enough money. That's not about the money, it's really about gaining control. Once you have that control, people walk out of the office here 3 inches taller. Because it's just knowing that, where you are in life. And if you aren't in the right place, then you really need to know that as well. So that makes you pull your socks up, stop spending, or whatever they need. We just need someone, an outsider, to assess this for you and help you to get through it. So it's not about the money, though most people think that's what it's about, but it's really about getting a balance in your life and trying to make sure that you don't live beyond your means, and you're not sacrificing your future for today, and you're not sacrificing today for your future.
That's wonderful. You make it sound very empowering. You also make it far less frightening than a lot of people imagine it to be. So if someone were to come and see a financial planner like yourself, and I know that you're not like all other financial planners, but if someone was to come and see someone like you, what sort of things would they expect to be discussing with you, and what kind of systems would you be looking at to help them place in their lives?
Well, the first thing we do is have, in our office, we actually have a free interview. So in that interview, we'll look at things. We actually quite ask a lot of personal questions. Probably people go, well, why are they asking me that? But it's really necessary to make sure there are no risks in place, there's no previous things that have happened in their life that can affect them in the future. We put a lot of things in place. Mostly a lot of people, it's cash flow is a big issue. So we put cash flows in place for those who will work it out. A lot of the questions, we ask a lot of questions, but at the end of it, everyone feels much more empowered. They feel that they know where they're going. And if we can help them in the next process, then we'll talk to them about that. But if they just need some reassurance that where they are is okay, then we'll do that, and they can just go home with that in mind.
The thing that impressed me when we first came to see you, and we had all the hang-ups that other people have about going to a financial planner, the thing that impressed me was that you look at the whole lifestyle and the whole person, and then look at the business structures. So having looked at the whole person and the whole lifestyle through the, as you said, personal questions, what then are can you share with some of the clients the sorts of structures that you are likely to consider under different circumstances?
Yes, well, we look at business structures. We're looking at actually the risk assessment, or your ability to separate your personal assets from business assets. So we look at that side of it and make sure that if someone sues you, that you are fully protected. We look at the cash flow of your business, because some people think that profits are cash flow. They're actually not. So we can go right through the bookkeeping side. We can help everyone with all of that area. Some of the tools, mostly it's cash flow. We have assets and liabilities. We look at their superannuation structures to see if that's in place. We minimise tax through strategies that we have in our little toolbox. We call it our little toolbox. So whichever client comes in, we've got little tools that we can pull out for everyone. There's lots of different tools in our toolbox, and we have lots of different clients with lots of different needs, from very young, just starting out, to older, to people retired, to people changing their lifestyle, midway, starting business. A good financial planner needs to have all those tools in their toolbox.
Okay, so business structures and all that kind of thing, and superannuation was an important one.
Yes.
That we needed to consider. We thought we had all that underhand. So I think a lot of people just go along with the superannuation structures that have happened for them through their lives and don't realise that they can do things much better.
That's right. There's a lot of superannuation structures that are dependent on the ages of the people. Sometimes there's an older man and a younger woman, or vice versa. Lots of strategies you can put in place to help them get further along the track. Making sure that it's tax efficient, making sure we're pulling down your taxable income inside your personal side. The superannuation is one of the most powerful tools you have actually in the Australian system. We have one of the best superannuation systems in the world. But a lot of people don't realise how to actually utilise it properly and to gain the benefits from a joint approach to it rather than a single approach.
Excellent. And if somebody was to choose a financial planner, what sort of things should they be looking at? That was what stopped us for years, because we never felt that we knew enough about what they did and what we should be looking for to actually choose one with confidence. And so the default was not to choose one at all. So what should somebody be looking for if they're looking for a financial planner?
If you're looking for a financial planner, it should be about them. So if you go into a lot of the bigger offices, they've already got sorted out what you're going to need before you even walk in the office. When you go into a financial planner's office, they should have no preconceived ideas about what you are going to do. It should be all about you. It should be about what you want, what you're trying to achieve, what goals you have in place. What is it that you want out of your life? Most people say financial independence, and we say, well, what does that mean? Financial independence, does that mean you live on $20,000 a year, or does that mean you live on $2 million a year? Everyone has a different barrier, so you can't go in and put everybody in the one basket. So the biggest point about it, selecting someone, is to make sure they are definitely working for you, and they don't have any preconceived notions of what you should do based on what they would do. It has to be based on what you would do.
Hence the lifestyle questions.
Yes, the lifestyle questions is very, very important. We ask a lot of lifestyle questions, like, do you have a boat? Do you have any toys? Do you have this? Do you have that? Because it's really important for the future. You've got to decide whether you want to keep the same lifestyle going forward, whether you want to downsize your lifestyle, or whether you want to upsize your lifestyle. So it's really important to know that. And so that way you can plan for the future. And a good financial planner should be able to cover that.
Marilyn, as a career consultant, the thing that struck me the most as I got to know you, and before I was even a client, was how much you love what you do. So I'd love you to share with people, what is it about working with people in the financial planning industry that you love so much?
I just love it. I mean, it's just crazy. It's the best job you can have in the world, because it's all good news what you can tell a client. It's very rare that you have to tell them any bad news. There's always ways that you can make their life better. There's always ways that we can improve things for them. And just to see them it's more about them getting their confidence. You really feel when they leave that they go out thinking, wow, I actually know what I need to do to achieve what I need to achieve. And they feel, as I said, they feel 3 inches taller, and it's really nice. We get a lot of celebrations. We have goals, and when people hit the goals, I trick them sometimes. So I think you better come in and see me. I want you to come in straight away. So it's just nice to do that and see people achieve. And, you know, we have had a bad few years, but our clients...
We meaning the economy and the world in general?
In the world, not our office, we've been fine.
Yeah.
But, you know, of course people have lost value, but they have to understand the market, and it's really nice to be able to teach people and show them that really it's not the end of the world, it's actually the beginning, and this is when opportunities are, this is the time to really grasp things and go forward.
So a bad time in the economy can be a good time for financial planning?
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. And it's just getting people over that little hurdle where they think that it's, you know, it's risky. But, you know, our job is to make sure that the risk is minimised. That's the job. We're not there to be speculators. We're not there to throw your money at the wind or on a horse, on a grey horse in the race. It's about knowing our strategies, knowing what we do, knowing what you want to achieve, and know how much risk you're prepared to take or risk that we can keep back from you. And making sure everything about you is protected, you know, from your wills to your structures to your tax planning. So if you can get all those things right and people know where they're going, the investments is just a tool to get there. It's not the be all and end all. Where most people think when you go to a financial planner, it's about the tools. It's about it's about the investments. They think, oh, I'm just going to be invested, you know. It shouldn't be that way. It's not meant to be that way.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Is there anything that you'd like to add at the very end, or?
Just, I wish you well, Jenny. Thank you very much for coming down, and it's been a pleasure having this little interview. And I just wish you all the best for career clarity.
Thank you very much, and all the best to you too.
Thank you. Bye.